this is tips and tricks for
Right.
vent users.
Yeah, so, right, doctors don't tell you how to keep your body healthy, how to keep your muscles strong, your muscles from atrophy, and keeping everything fit, along with, like, when you look at my body, you quickly notice, like, I'm pretty girthy, and
You're thick.
right, I'm thick, and it's funny because, like, when I was in the hospital and stuff, they want you to do the systematic physical therapy, and then they're not very experimental. At least some are, some aren't. Like, you'll get some therapists who are all in on everything, and then other therapists who just want to stick to the things they know and stuff. But I was going to a physical therapy location 2 or 3 days a week during school, and it just became too much. And at one point, if you're not showing progress, your insurance stops paying for that. So I wasn't showing progress, so I was about to start having to pay out of pocket just to go to the therapy that I was getting, even though it was very minimal. I was doing the stem bike on my legs and my arms, and having to prepare all my clothes, all my everything was centered around being ready to do that and getting these little sticky pads to go on everywhere. And so I was doing that, and there was no progress. And then my dad found Phil Muccio and Axionics wearable therapy, and I started doing that and just getting one piece at a time and just adding on more and more pieces. And then so I started with my calves, then my shorts, and then I think I got my vest for my back, and then my abs, and then my arms.
I would say the shorts are like the most crucial piece of equipment because of how much we sit and the butt that it gives you. I think that people don't realize how much of a game changer having meat on your butt is.
For sure, and like for me, I don't have to worry about pressure sores.
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about my legs leaning on something. Even if I do put pressure on something too long, I know that I'll be okay, and either I'll heal from it, but I've never had a sore or anything, and it just gives me this like barrier and the confidence
that barrier is there for you.
Yeah.
So what are some lessons that you've learned with the vent, being a vent user? What are some things that you definitely don't go without on your person at all times?
Right. So I have we call it the go bag, the backpack on my chair, and in there I have inner cannabis always, because there was times, so sometimes you're in a tricky spot, you don't have time to do a cough assist or to do different things to get the mucus out. So for me, I'll just change the inner cannula. If I can pull the mucus up high enough, I'll change that out. But sometimes I'll like change it 3-4 times while I'm out. Like that. And there was one time when I was in high school doing marching band that even though we had the bag of inner cannulas on there, somehow they fell out. And they fell out into the street while we were running, like literally sprinting to the football field to do our 8-minute performance and our competition, and I had to perform and do my thing. And I'm struggling for air, not breathing well, and I knew I needed an inner cannula change. And so afterwards I was asking for it, and we didn't have them. We couldn't find them in my bag. Turns out the bag fell out, and it got ran over by someone and their instrument or a car or something, and they were all smashed to pieces. And so now whenever I go out, I make sure, so I have this, you always want like a secret compartment. I have a magnetic toolbox that is up under my chair seat, and then in there I keep like emergency tools for the chair, emergency inner cannula, like one inner cannula. If I just absolutely need one, I don't have anything, I have that one. And so yeah, that's one tip. I would say cough assist. So early on, so now technology has gotten to the point where cough assist is like battery powered, it's all this different stuff. But I remember early on, we had a comp system that needed to be plugged in. So, so in the van, we had a long, super long extension cord. And we would, if I needed one on the spot, we would pull up to any random business or anything.
And just plug in?
And just plug in. And be like, yeah, we need this for a minute. And then we also had an inverter on the van.
Yeah.
But sometimes that didn't work. And because conferences are real specific on what types of power they'll take. And then you need like a true sine wave and all this different stuff. So it was like over the years, we've learned so many different like things just from mistakes, and things happen when then you start to learn and evolve and all this different stuff. Same as today. You probably can't see it, maybe you can in the video. The wall has nails stripped out because I ran into my desk and ripped my desk off the wall and kind of choked myself, and yeah, and I kind of passed out. And it was bad.
Everyone is scared.
Yeah. I wasn't there for it, so it's alright. And it was kind of crazy. I woke up and it was like everything in the front here was like smashed. And so like I went forward into the desk and like the red chamber, all these tubes were all like crushed. So we had to rush into the bathroom, get all the extra pieces and extra like compartments and everything, and hook it back on here and then give me some air. Yeah. So I would say redundancy is key. You always need extra pieces. You never know what's gonna happen.
So just always be ready just to swap the whole entire thing out.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's so much more preparation that goes into
vans.
Yeah, just for you to be able to leave the house.
Right. Yep. Always have to make sure I have batteries, because there's times when I go out if my chair didn't charge tonight. So the thing with my chair charger is when I go over to when we park my chair at night and we plug it in, the charger, even if it's plugged in, the chair will always say it's charging, even if it's not. So even if it's not plugged into the wall, the chair will say it's charging. So
you don't know when it truly is charging or not. So it's basically chair roulette.
Basically. Or yeah, because you might make a mistake and unplug it for whatever reason, and someone unplugs it, so then someone else thinks the chair is charging and it's not. And then I try to go out, and then the chair does this weird thing where it'll die rapidly. Like you'll just watch the battery get lower and lower, move super fast. So there's been multiple times where my chair starts to die while I'm out. We have to figure out how to get it plugged in and where to get it plugged in at. Even the last, I swear, it happens every year at my golf outing. I forget that my chair can't do that much. And then I'll go out on the golf course and start chasing people around the holes. And then my chair will start to die. And it was either last year or the year before. There's this let's say at least a 60-degree hill at the golf course, and my chair was completely dead. And when the chair dies, the vent stops getting power from the chair. So the vent starts dying and going off its own internal battery, which is not much. It's maybe an hour. And so we're rushing back to the clubhouse to get me plugged back in, and it's a golf outing for me, and it's everybody who knows me. And it was like I got stuck on this hill. The chair's completely dead, and we had about 15 to 20 people push me, because the chair is chair by itself is maybe 450, 500 pounds, and then I'm a good 200, 220. You probably can't tell, but I'm a pretty big guy, and so trying to push me, they probably had to push me 2 holes, and then up this steep hill to get to the clubhouse. And by the end of it, once they got in there, it was time for the dinner, time for the celebration, time for the raffle items, and everybody's in there and sweaty and tired and exhausted from trying to push me all the way back to the clubhouse.
Oh my gosh.
It was ridiculous. But it's moments like that where I really it sinks into me, where it's just don't need to worry, things will work out. Things always work out, And it's like because of other people, there's been times I was on campus, I got blackout drunk and at the Michigan State game. I'm driving back to the dorm, another Steve chair dies.
Oh.
And my sister was the only one with me.
Stop.
And she was like, all right, I got this. And she's also blackout drunk. And yeah, we're trying to push up this hill and then like 2 more blocks to get to my dorm. So she goes, all right, I got this. So she undoes my brakes to push me. As soon as she undoes the brakes, I start rolling backwards. And she's like, holy I can't do this. Because it's like the chair fucking heavy. And so I started like rolling back. All she could do was hold me in the same spot. At the exact same moment, there's a group of about 8 or 10 kids on the other side of the street, and they're like, oh, we'll come help. Turns out it's a big group of kids from my high school that we knew. And they knew me. It was just crazy coincidences, and it's like this happens all the time. And after they keep happening and keep being okay, I'm still here. Haven't died yet.
Almost.
Right. Today was kind of a scare for my dad and my nurse. They didn't like it. But
your poor dad. You put him through so much.
Yeah, he's Superman. But it was rough. But it's like after all these moments, and I realized that it's like whatever's gonna happen, things always work out. Whatever tough moment you're in, whatever situation you're going through, it always works out. And even today, when my throat was clutched up against the desk and I wasn't doing anything, still in my head I knew, all right, we'll figure this out, because things always work out.